Hey, what's up guys? Cholo here, and I hope you guys listened to my story of my trip to Singapore for AFA 2023. This wasn't my first time in Singapore. I had been here before because I went for the Kingdom Hearts concert, but got held in immigration for hours because I had nowhere to sleep. I was gonna fly home at midnight to catch my brother's tournament, so it took me a while to really grasp that I was here. Day 1, and yeah, I filmed every single day. This day was all about looking for Pop Marts for 10, and the first thing I saw was this Pop Mart Robo Shop, which is kind of like a vending machine for toys. But we wanted to check out the pop-up store in the middle of Bugis Junction. She collects the coup, these guys, and they're super cute, but she really wants to get that beat, so I guess you're gonna find out later if we actually gotta cop them. Next stop, I got around mostly through their buses because I absolutely love their transportation system. So I went to Funan, and that's actually where you can find the Pop Mart flagship store. The collection here was insane. They had everything. They even had the League of Legends collection, which I had no budget for, but Ten wanted to get one of these Dakus, another farm one, and of course this display box, and I went home with all three. The guy was kind of laughing because I kept going back and forth. Little did he know, it wasn't the last time he was gonna see me. Day 2. Boy, this day was packed. I was able to shoot for Gank, an interview with some of my international friends, hung out with those same friends from Malaysia, and I ate lots and lots of food. Sorry, no mukbang here, guys. Now skipping ahead, here is the venue we rented out for my interview with some of the creators on Gank. What's up, Janelle? Hey, Travis. Rina and Elle were nice enough to help out with the makeup of the founders of Gank from Singapore, and they were joined by Ristel during the interview. All of them are from Malaysia and are amazing cosplayers and super talented content creators. You gotta check them out. And by the way, you can check out all the content that I shot for Gank in Singapore on the YouTube channel Gank Studios. Now back to the trip. I met up with Rina and Elle after the interview for a night in the city. We had Korean barbecue, and I made some awesome friends who were super fun to hang out with. We went everywhere. Well, I think we got lost for a bit, and then we went to where we wanted to be, which happened to be a karaoke bar where we sang all night, and I was freaking scared that I wouldn't have a voice in AFA. That same night, my roomies finally arrived. That's Paul and Ding, and you're gonna see more of them later. Day 3, and we started off in Funan because one of my friends, Lenny Ming, she's a streamer, she asked me to get some Pop Marts for her because she's a huge fan of Sanrio, and I of course took the opportunity to get another Daku farm box because we gotta get that beat. So that's how my day started. Call me basic, but the fried fish bihun soup was my favorite there, and there was internet everywhere, so I was able to stay connected with Ten. Yeah, I met up with Rina and Elle with the Booth Boys once again, and Rina went climbing while the rest of us went around the mall to get more Pop Marts. Those aren't mine, but this one is. I got something for myself, and we went home with a bunch of boxes. We checked up on Rina and she was having fun, and the Booth Boys found this vending machine for Pokemon cards, and they were having a ball. We also brought Rina some food. At first she didn't want it, but she ate it anyway. Then the rest of us got a table so we could unbox our Pop Marts, and we were all pretty happy. Especially me because I got 10 that beat. Yes, mission accomplished. What I love about Pop Marts is that there are toys that are super well made, well painted, and they have attention to detail. I even got the mecha that I wanted, so all of us went home real happy. So after that, we met up with the Gank team from Singapore to have the best dinner ever. I may not remember exactly what these dishes were called, but they were all super yummy, and we had 3 crabs, guys. 3! And we kept stuffing ourselves, and we had cake because it was Kane and Travis's birthday, and we had the best sleep that night because, well, I needed it the next day. Day 4, AFA. I went as one of my favorite characters, Aqua from Oshinoko, and despite the crowd being pretty crazy, me and my videographer Jin had a ton of fun interviewing cosplayers from all over the world. We also bumped into friends like Cheres, who is a castmate from irregular programming, plus I spent an unhealthy amount of time looking at toys. There was just really so much to see. It was kind of overwhelming, but it was my first international con. And despite the crowd, I had a ton of fun. There were so many talented cosplayers, and if you want to see more about the interviews I did, well, check out Gank Studios. We also bumped into friends like Larissa, Zach, and Rox from the Philippines, and after we interviewed who we had to interview, we bounced because we were gonna go back the next day anyway. Now, how did I spend my evening? You guessed it, getting more Pop Marts, but not for me because I got a message from Kang the Pet and she wanted a whole box, like the whole set. Then we grabbed some food in the nearby mall, and it was really, really good. But for some reason, when I was in Singapore, I kept eating and eating, so... Yeah, I was with Kendrick, and we had a second dinner with Ding and Paul, my roomies, and yeah, we had barbecue, and it was super, super tasty. Then we had dessert in this place that Kendrick has been bugging us to try out since day one. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, but yeah, it was super refreshing after such a long day. Day 5, AFA Part 2. Here, I met up with Noyogami, Byoru, and Hasuka, who happened to be the winner of the Gank giveaway of Vietnam to fly to Singapore for AFA. I also bumped into Mandy, what's up dude, and on the way up, we also bumped into Mitsuru and Kirk from the Philippines. Basically, we took her around the con, and yeah, she met up with a lot of her friends, fans, and people who admired her work, like her cosplays and especially her wig styling, her specialty. And yeah, we took lots of photos and videos, and at the end of the day, she met up with her friends after we shot all the footage we needed. I bumped into a lot of friends after that, like Mao, who was my partner in Soiree Fortuna, dropped by Zach and Rox again, and there were lots of Filipino cosplayers who were chilling right at their booth. I said hi to Larissa once again, and wow, they looked amazing. Byoru was hanging out in Ruru Sama's booth, where I also bumped into DJ Sakura. Then I ended my day with Ai Natsumi, who also happened to be in Lucky Ellie's booth. They were super fun to hang out with. Remember when I said that I ate a lot in Singapore? Well, I went back to Funan after first dinner for that fish soup I like, and then met up with Ding and Paul to cap off the night with a third dinner. Yeah. Day 6, the last day. And even if I was a little bit sad and a little bit heavy because I had to leave, I wanted to experience more and more of Singapore before I had to head to the airport. So I went around the mall and bumped into Azula and Indra, and they were lost just like me. And while you guys enjoyed the rest of the video, I want to take this opportunity to, thank the people who are part of the vlog and to everyone who spent time with me while I was in Singapore. I also want to thank Gank for flying me over there to attend AFA to shoot some content with Jin. It was super fun, and definitely one of my top highlights for 2023. And just when I thought it was all over, I had a last-minute goodbye from my friend Edward. And that's it. I was in the airport, ready to board the plane and say goodbye to Singapore. But not forever. I'm not even changing my money back to pesos because I'm sure I'm gonna be back. I'll see you soon, Singapore. It was a blast.